Welcome to episode 193 of the Thunder Underground podcast. I'm Trent. Jason's here with me. And this week, it's all about Thunder Underground Fest. Why?
Because that's happening this fucking week, man.
That's right. We're here early in the week, and this is happening later in the week.
That's right.
Friday and Saturday. So we've got a lot to talk about that.
Yes.
And on top of that, our good friend Steve Murdock is joining us
That's right.
to talk about that and a bunch of other stuff he's got going on.
And what is it I said earlier? The best eyebrows in Tulsa music.
That's right.
That's what Murdock has. And
That is
we're
correct.
glad to have him on the show.
Hashtag best eyebrows.
By God.
Steve Murdock. Steve Murdock is going to be the stage manager for Thunder Underground Fest. So we brought him in to talk about that. And
Yes, sir.
mainly because we've wanted to have him back for quite a while, because it's been a long time.
Why not?
We're episode 193, and it's been about 170 some episodes since he's been here. Because he was here in the teens. I think it was episode 16, maybe?
Yes, sir.
So yeah, Steve Murdock is back. But before we get into that, we are sponsored by DEB Concerts. Every episode sponsored by DEB Concerts. DEB Concerts brings in all kinds of great shows to the Ideal Ballroom here in Tulsa. They're a local rock music promoter that brings in some of the stuff we love from the 80s and early 90s.
Definitely.
They bring on all kinds of stuff. You know, recently, we talked about last week, you saw the Sebastian Bach show with Monty Pittman.
Yes, I did.
Recently, we've seen shows from Dokken. Tom Kiefer was there well over a year ago. He was back just the other day. We've had Jack Russell with Lita Ford, Warrant with Firehouse, LA Guns. The list is very long.
Yes.
But coming up here in November 3rd, we've got Kicks coming to Tulsa, which is something I didn't think I'd be saying. So
And it's happening. It's beautiful.
yeah, I'm very glad to be able to say that.
Yes, sir.
Kicks is coming at Ideal Ballroom. They've got Rocket Science, an amazing cover band from Tulsa, Oklahoma, opening up for them, along with Sweat and Bullets. Then jump forward to December 8th. LA Guns is returning, and Junkyard is coming with them.
Hell yes.
Junkyard on both mine and yours bucket list.
Totally.
So very glad to be able to finally see Junkyard live. If you're not familiar with Junkyard, just Google them. Get on Spotify or YouTube.
Yeah. You'll thank us.
I believe that's correct.
Oh, yeah. Hands down.
And who's opening that one?
Grind.
That's right. Our good friends in Grind are opening that show.
As well they should.
That's right. And then moving into 2019. That's crazy to say.
Hold on to your butts.
Your butts. February 27th. Not just a band, but the mighty, I put that in quotes, mighty, motherfucking Saxon is coming to the Ideal Ballroom.
I thought it was like February 13th.
Oh, I wrote down 27th. You're right, it is the 13th.
Well, fuck you.
I'm glad you're here.
Well, I gotta be here for something.
That's right. Not just to drink Rolling Rocks, but
Exactly.
to correct my dates.
That's right. That's right.
The day before Valentine's Day, Biff Byford and Saxon will be at the Ideal Ballroom. The wheels of steel roll into the Ideal Ballroom
Mm-hmm.
and blow that place apart.
It's gonna be amazing.
And our friends in Down for Five are opening that show.
And Mudflux.
Mudflux as well.
Yes.
I believe you'll hear that band coming up soon on the Thunder
Yes.
Underground
Yes,
podcast.
you definitely will.
So, looking forward to all these great shows. Kicks, LA Guns, Junkyard, Saxon. Amazing openers on all of them. Big thank you to Doug Burgess and DEB Concerts for sponsoring this podcast and bringing in all these amazing bands to the Ideal Ballroom.
Definitely.
Eddie Trunk hosts all the shows. So get out there, check all these shows out. You won't be disappointed.
That's right.
I've been out there to most of these, and you've been out there to most of these.
Yes.
Some of them you've made, like Sebastian Bach, I couldn't make. And then I made Tom Kiefer, you couldn't make.
Yes.
So I got to go to Tom Kiefer. I was in Oklahoma City actually during the day, so I didn't get to see the opening acts, but I came back to Tulsa and made it there right before Tom Kiefer hit the stage.
Nice.
Didn't want to miss this because, you know, in my opinion, this guy is one of the, what's the word? Underrated as fuck? I don't know. He's not really underrated because Cinderella had big hits.
Oh, yeah, totally.
He's one of those guys that I don't know if he ever really truly got to just do he deserves as an amazing musician.
Yeah.
And, we talked about this last time he played. I mean, the guy just puts on an amazing show, and it's even more impressive to me because it's twice now that he blew out his voice.
He's had some really fucked up things going on.
Well, one was...
And he keeps coming back. It's insane.
Well, one was like a throat cancer thing, wasn't it? And then the other one was he blew out his voice in the late 90s.
Yeah,
And for that...
he recently got over a thing, didn't he?
Like he was sick or something.
Yeah.
That seems familiar. But to have all that happen and to come out and still belt out that stuff and sound just like he did, 28 years ago.
Yeah, definitely.
Is impressive as fuck.
Yes.
He's got a great supporting band. Tony Higbee is his guitarist. He used to play with Damon Johnson, which is really cool. And, of course, he plays a couple songs from his solo album, The Way Life Goes, which is great if you have not heard it. But the Cinderella stuff sounds just as good as it did, when the original band was putting it out.
Of course.
And I'm glad to be able to get out there and see. I remember last time he played the Ideal, he played a song off of Still Climbing, which blew my mind.
Yeah.
And this time he played Long Cold Winter, the title track of their second album. And that's just a straight-up blues song. Our buddy Adam Jode, who's been on many times, has commented how he believes Tom Kiefer is one of the greatest blues musicians of our generation.
Hell yeah.
And I like that because most people wouldn't relate a guy from that era as a blues musician.
But when you think about it,
it's right.
Yeah, totally.
Because when you hear songs like Long Cold Winter or Night Songs or Falling Apart at the Seams, that's what you hear, So yeah, very glad to be able to see Tom Kiefer again. Excellent show. I urge anyone that gets the chance to see him to go do it.
Of course.
So, moving on. This weekend, like we mentioned many times over the past 5 months, someone's taking off in a car over there, aren't they? Sounds like it. Anyway.
Is it the dude? This guy.
Talk about this guy.
I'm just going to talk about this guy. Okay. We are in Thunder Underground West.
That's right. We got East and West.
We are in HQ2.
Okay.
Which is my place out here in Sand Springs.
The original headquarters was Broken Arrow.
Yes, the original HQ1 is in Broken Arrow. This motherfucker that lives next to me, he has those gay fucking goddamn stupid fucking doors on his car. Like a
Lamborghini has.
Yeah, like a Lamborghini or some shit. And it's one of those Chrysler 300s or whatever. So, this motherfucker went the extra mile to pay more money to have his fucking doors open like a douche cunt.
And that probably it cost as much as the car cost.
Exactly. So, yeah, and he was leaving, so we had to mention it. Fuck that guy. So...
What if that guy is a listener of this podcast and you didn't know it?
You know what? I'm going to go so far as to say he's probably not. And if he is, dude, you suck.
Okay.
Just come next door, we'll talk about it. Fuck it, I don't care.
Hash your shit out.
Yep, exactly. Hashtag hash your shit out.
That's right.
So now where were we, Trenton Reed Chenholes?
Wow, you threw out my middle name on the podcast.
R-E-I-D. Do it. Do it.
Right. Well, we've got Thunder Underground Fest coming up. We've been talking about this since April, I believe. So we'll go back. We talk about this, I believe, in the episode. We talked about it in the previous episode of Steve Ray. That this thing all came about.
Yeah,
because,
dude, no, we've been talking about this thing forever. So, yeah.
Well, that's right.
All these episodes.
But I just want to say this thing came about because Travis Davis from Claim Your Enemy basically called our bluff in a way.
Yeah, he did. He really did.
Because we constantly mentioned Thunder Underground Fest as a joke.
Yeah.
And then Travis is like, I'm going to put this thing together. I'm going to make it happen. And he got together with Mark Stevenson, and they did just that.
And it's happening.
And here we are a few days away, October 19th and 20th at the Venue Shrine in Tulsa. Scarstruck Entertainment, TLP Entertainment, the Venue Shrine. This thing's going down.
It's happening.
And before we get into all these bands, let me just tell you one of the bands that's playing is Wooden Bone.
That's right.
And I mentioned them up front because we're going to play their music right now. This is a song called The Apprentice. The Apprentice from Wooden Bone. Wooden Bone out of Pauls Valley, not far from the Oklahoma City area.
That's right.
Very glad to have these guys as part of the fest. This is heavy as fuck, and I really appreciate what these guys are doing.
That's great shit.
Hard hitting, has some great guitar work, and I'm really looking forward to it. They're playing Saturday night, and they might be the heaviest band on this bill besides Archon.
Hell yeah.
Another band from Oklahoma City. And speaking of Archon, if you love your stuff heavy as fuck, thrashy, kind of in a Slayerish vibe.
Yeah.
You're going to love some Archon. Andy Papadopoulos has been on this podcast before.
Fingers of Fury, I'm telling you.
That is the term that you labeled him with.
Always.
Both those bands are going to be playing Saturday night. Very cool. Glad to have Oklahoma City represented on this festival.
That's right.
That was one of the main things we wanted to, make sure happen. We wanted a lot of the bands that we've championed from Tulsa, but
yes,
we've also had bands on from Oklahoma City, as well as been to Oklahoma City a lot. We've been to many TLP entertainment events as well.
Yes.
And seen many of these bands. So to bring in both those bands we just mentioned, along with Sign of Lies, and of course the mighty Locust Grove.
Of course.
To bring some Oklahoma City flavor to Tulsa, because all these, I think Wood and Bone actually, I think I saw them a while back say that this will be their first Tulsa show.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so the other 3 bands from Oklahoma City have played here before, but Wood and Bone making their debut in Tulsa. I think From Parts Unknown out of Dallas is making their debut as well. They're actually kicking this festival off. So here's something I thought about.
Okay.
From Parts Unknown is kicking this festival off at 6 p.m. on Friday night. The Normandies are playing Saturday night around midnight, the final band on the bill.
Okay.
So this band is opening and closing with punk rock. It's bookend with punk rock and roll.
I'm good with that. I'm okay with that.
Okay, I was going to ask you, what are your thoughts? I know what your thoughts are, but I just wanted to hear you say it.
Punk rock is life. Okay, I mean that's what that gets down to the brass tacks of everything. So, and it doesn't matter if you like this genre or that genre. We can like whatever we want, but punk rock, it's the shit.
That's right. So very glad to have that represented. We've got, basically the fest has punk rock, hard rock, heavy metal.
Definitely.
We've got just straight up rock and roll,
yeah.
which is what you would call Murderous Mary.
Oh man.
Or the guys from Grind.
I can't wait for everyone to see them.
Yeah.
They're so good.
Friday night's kicking off with From Parts Unknown, followed directly by Murderous Mary. So you need to get out there early.
Definitely.
Both these bands will kick your ass, and then following that will be Jason Wood stepping on stage for the first time in many years with his band Zen Hipster.
Who are they?
Fuck them. Who are they?
Fuck them. Who are they? Let me ask you something. If someone were to ask you, describe Zen Hipster, what would you say?
I've said this. I mean, we talked about this before, and I think
I know. I just like to fuck with you.
Yeah. It's like if
I don't know. You seem to be struggling. If you've said this before, it shouldn't be that hard.
That's right.
What's going on, Trent?
I know.
That's right. I'm fucking with you.
No, I know. Last time I had a good answer, but I'm thinking it's like if Alice in Chains and Ozzy Osbourne had a baby,
mm-hmm.
and the baby was steeped in melodic rock.
I always thought that too. It's funny you say that. Can I interject something?
Of course you can. It's your band.
It's like if Alice in Chains and Ozzy had a kid and maybe asked Seven Dust over for a play date.
There you go.
Just maybe like 5 minutes. Just 5 minutes, though.
Just a few minutes, yeah.
Just a few minutes. Like, you maybe might get that. And that's just a maybe.
Yeah.
So, because I think there's a big difference between our down-tuned stuff and our standard stuff. But that's just, you're jacking off spiders at that point. We'll just have to fucking...
People
need to show up.
You haven't said jacking off spiders in a while. I like that.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. We're just running through a few of the other or the rest of the bands on this bill.
Yeah.
Less Than Human.
Love them.
We've talked highly about...
Intense. That's going to be great.
These 3 guys and 1 girl many times. This band is high intensity, live show. It's one of the best live shows you'll see. Yep. I promise you. It's just heavy metal personified at its greatest.
And let me say something is, usually the girl is the bass player or whatever, the singer, whatever.
That's right.
Brittany is a guitar player. She fucking slams. She throws down. They're going to squash your balls, so deal with it.
That is correct.
It's going to be great.
Yeah.
I'm so proud to have them on the bill.
Yeah, that was definitely one of the bands
Yes.
we made sure was on here. Another band like that was Severmind.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
They were on our 100th episode of this podcast, and so happy to have them. They've got a new vocalist. You've seen them. I have not seen them with Thad. So
I've seen them twice.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to this.
And I'm not going to fuck around. I'll say it right now. We're trying to get them for episode 200.
You just we haven't even told them that.
Well, you know what? They know now, so deal with it.
Okay. Who else we got? We got Driver.
Yes, sir.
That's as solid as fuck as a band you will find.
Yes, sir.
Great live show. Brandon was just on this podcast.
Of course.
2 episodes ago talking about Stone Temple Pilots. The full band was on here earlier, or like late. It was later last year.
Yep.
And Mike DiPetrillo has been on here like 3 other times. Big fans of those guys. We've also got Sprout the Anti-Hero, who has become a great friend of this podcast.
Of course.
He is going to be performing with his solo stuff, which is like in a dark acoustic rock. Really looking forward to that. I saw him many times in the summer because I went on tour.
Of course.
Went on tour with him and Dusty Grant. Then we've got Custom Black.
Dude, where do I start?
Kansas City's finest.
I'll just let you start. Do it.
These guys fall into the stoner rock kind of, groovy kind of Black Sabbath metal.
Yes.
And both of us are huge fans of that genre. And when we heard these guys for the first time, it just knocked us on our ass. And we've had them on the podcast before. We've played them a couple times. So glad to have these guys back. They've been to Tulsa, I think, 3 times maybe before this. So this isn't, a common thing that they're here. So very glad to be able to have them back as well. Then we've got Sign of Lies, who we've talked about many times recently. You saw them just kind of like we said with Less Than Human. Such an energetic live band that'll knock you on your ass. Then we've got Machine in the Mountain.
I mean, where do we start on that deal?
Well, like we've said every time we talk about them, it's musicianship at its highest level.
Yeah. You want to be front row for this. You want to see the fingers on the frets.
That's right.
You just do.
Yeah, this band, instrumental, and are so good they make you not even realize that there's not a singer involved.
That's right.
A lot of bands, if they do instrumentals, you're like, well, when's the vocals going to start? You never think that with Machine in the Mountain.
Yeah, you don't need that with these guys.
Yeah. Well, then we've got Fist of Rage, another band that is great friends of this podcast since the beginning. We've had them on a couple times. They've now got Brax, the former singer of Enslaved by Fear, as their vocalist. Really looking forward to see the element that he brings to this band.
That's all right. And can I mention?
Yes, you can.
Do you know what their drummer's name is?
Oh, that is correct.
Josh Baker.
I've not met this guy.
And do you know who Zen Hipster's drummer, who his name is?
I think it's Josh Baker.
Josh Baker.
But they're 2 different people, correct?
2 different people. There's going to be 2 different Josh Bakers.
And get this. They're playing the same night, Friday night.
That's right. That's right. I mean, how awesome is that? And Josh Baker from Zen Hipster is going to have his bachelor's table food truck the whole weekend for your munching needs.
Culinary pleasures.
Culinary pleasures. All that. So it's a great thing. Great thing.
Yeah. Come out there hungry because this food is legit as hell.
That's right. So in this post, you should tag both Josh Bakers.
That's right. I'll do it.
You should.
All right. We mentioned Murderous Mary. We've got Solidify coming in.
Can't wait.
Out of Fort Smith, Arkansas. And these guys, I know they were nominated last year at the Weird Tulsa Music Awards for the Home Away from Home band.
Okay.
Like the out-of-town band that we accept as a Tulsa band.
Yeah.
These guys play Tulsa, I believe, as much as they play Fort Smith.
Yeah.
And really excited. We mentioned they come up here again in this episode with Steve in the talk with him because they're playing his Pantera show in December as well.
Can't wait for that one.
Like I mentioned in the Porch Talk interview we just did.
Yeah.
Not, disregard the pun, but they're solid as hell.
Yes. Yeah.
They're extremely good at what they do. And we're very proud to have them as part of this. Just heavy hitters, heavy rock band. Extremely good.
Of course.
And I think the only band we might have not mentioned is, we kind of mentioned CJ and Dale from Grind.
Yes. Dale Diver Tax, watch out.
That's right. The band Grind is another band that's been great friends of this podcast since the early days. And Brian Turnham just got married.
Congrats to him.
Yeah, huge shout out to him.
Him and Teresa. Yes, yes.
They got married, so he will be out of town, so Grind couldn't play the event, but CJ and Dale said, well, what if we play acoustic?
Yes.
So we're more than happy to have those two guys at this festival doing that thing, and they're doing that Friday night. So each night, Friday and Saturday, we'll have an acoustic act in between some of the heavy rock stuff.
Awesome.
With CJ and Dale Friday night, and then Sprout Saturday night.
Oh, yeah.
And then this whole thing is being hosted by the one and only Steve Ray.
The one and only.
Steve Ray, recently, of the band Oklahoma Braves. Before that, the band Doomsday Junkie. And then way before that, the Mighty Pitbulls on Crack.
Yes.
Steve Ray was just on this podcast about 3 episodes ago talking about those bands and talking about Thunder Underground Fest and him hosting it. We're extremely honored to have him as part of this. We're both huge fans. Great friend of the podcast. Can't say enough about him.
Of course.
But I think that covers it.
Like I think so.
17 bands over 2 nights. October 19th and 20th at the Venue Shrine. 18th in Boston, Tulsa, Oklahoma. $7 a night. Or if you get there Friday and you want to come Saturday, it's $10 for both nights.
That's right. I mean, how are you going to make it all the way through?
How am I?
I don't know how I'm going to do it.
How's Merc going to make it through?
I know. Can anyone hear that? You know what? Why don't you do us a favor? Turn that key just a little bit. And we're going to roll the window down.
Okay. For the listening audience?
For the listening audience.
Okay.
Does everyone hear that?
Yeah. That's the one and only Freddie Mercury Basset Hound.
That is the Freddie Mercury. That is my hound dog. And that's how excited he is for the Thunder Underground Fest this weekend.
That's right. But anyway, without rambling on, big thanks to Travis D. Davis for,
of course,
the idea of putting this all together.
That's right.
Spearheading this, putting it all together. Big thanks to Mark Stevenson for joining in with Travis and making this all a thing.
That's
Scarstruck
right.
Entertainment, TLP Entertainment, Donnie Rich, and everybody at the Shrine.
Exactly.
For making this happen. Big thanks to Steve Murdock.
That's right, who we're about to hear.
Yeah. For being a stage manager. Big thanks to Steve Ray for being willing to host this event.
Of course.
And of course to every single band on this bill for being a part of this. And anybody that's listening, we appreciate you coming out.
Thank you, thank you.
Take a look at our Facebook this week. We're going to be giving away a few pairs of tickets. And another thing to mention is go over to the Porch Talk with Chris and Laura Facebook.
Yes.
Or also our Facebook will have shared it by the time you hear this.
Yep.
We just did a live interview, Facebook Live, on the Porch Talk page Monday night. Very cool to be a part of that.
Of course. I would like to say, if you are listening to this and you're thinking, wow, Jason's speech is really slurring.
That's right.
It would be because of Chris and Laura and Porch Talk and their shots and their beers.
That's right.
There you go.
You're yawning.
It's perfect. Yeah, the yawn. I got the yawn in there, everything.
You had your own beers.
Perfect.
But then Laura had her
I had my own. I had like a few, like, whatever. And they're like, fuck you, shots.
See, Laura had her friend Evan Williams come to the party.
Oh, my God. So, yeah, there's that.
So before the live event kicked off, Evan Williams made an appearance a couple times, and even after it ended.
Oh, that Evan Williams, that bastard.
The night flowed on.
Of course. So, that's where we're at now. But you know what? We had fun. We had a blast. and we can't wait to share it with everybody. And see, I'm slurring right now. Thunder Underground Fest this weekend. It's going to be awesome. Be there.
That's right. So let's get into this interview right now with the one and only Steve Murdock.
Company, see if you can get them to donate their daily leftovers.
Gotcha.
Hey, they did that for the We Are Tulsa Music thing.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
They sent over probably 20 pounds of meat.
Wow.
Yeah, it was just their leftovers from the day, all kinds of different stuff, man. It was great.
That's awesome.
Great, man. I love it. I love Burn Company. I love barbecue, though. Meat on bread.
Yeah.
I mean, really, at the end of the day, that's what we all want.
Yeah. I mean,
and you know what?
It's
sometimes
primal enough, you know.
Sometimes I don't even need the bread.
Okay, see, the way I look at it, okay, bread at one point started off as a plant, wheat, flour, grain of some type, you know, barley, whatever the hell it is.
Yeah.
Okay. So technically, that's a vegetable.
So, yeah, you're getting your vegetable group there.
There's sugar in it, in the bread, yeast, and, you know, that kind of thing, generate sugars, that kind of thing. You know, so you're getting your daily allotted amount of sugar in the bread. You know, you're getting your carbohydrates, you're getting your, you know, that kind of thing in your bread.
Yeah.
And then the meat, you know, that's just protein, and you know, depending on what kind of meat you got, chicken, fish, red meat, mutton.
Hell yeah.
Ham, ram, spam, lamb, beef, mutton, buffalo, and bear. My grandpa used to say that all the time. And a pork chop. Yeah,
I'll take the barbecue
I love
spam.
those pork chops.
I never had barbecue spam.
They made it.
I know.
They've got
I think they still do.
they got a smoked flavored spam too, I think.
There you go.
Yeah, I
There you
love
go.
Grab that for dinner.
fried spam.
Yeah.
I mean, I love actually getting to hear my arteries clog. It's awesome, and it's the best meal.
They could market the jelly that came in the spam.
Mm-hmm.
You could have spam jelly and peanut butter sandwiches.
Yeah.
Spelling.
It's called gelatinous goo.
That's right. See, this is the important stuff we're talking about on the show.
They should bottle the liquid that's in the Vienna sausage can.
Yeah.
Jesus
Have a little
Christ.
can of that you can drink.
You know what you can do? You take that and, you know, because you're eating them out of the can.
Yeah.
If you're any kind of red-blooded American man, you're eating them out of the fucking can, cold.
Yeah.
Even if they're stuck together, you got to whittle one out of there, get it out of there. And if you got some saltines, okay, crush up them saltines and dump them in there on that juice.
Oh, nice.
Now you can get all that juice out of there. See?
I never thought about that.
Oh yeah,
Sip it up.
Oh,
I'm going to try that too.
Yeah, it kind of gets gelatinous almost.
Maybe we'll give Steve a tray of that.
Yes, we're going to do that now.
No, I'm not. I can't do that. I can tray of Vienna sausages.
No, just the saltines and the juice.
Oh no. I gotta have something to break up the flavor.
Yeah.
Maybe a cherry cheesecake.
Yeah.
Oh god. Thunder Underground Festival, huh?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
It's gonna be pretty cool, I think.
It's happening.
It is.
From what I hear.
It is.
Hasn't got canceled yet.
No.
Oh, God.
It's gonna be alright. Everybody's gonna have a good time. There's gonna be a lot of rock and roll, a lot of great music, a lot of good people,
That's right.
all that good shit. Everybody's gonna check their attitude at the door, and it's gonna be, all hugs from there.
I like that idea.
Yeah.
Big time.
Yeah. I do that. Even with shows that I put together, that's always kind of my one of the mottos, I guess. Motto, is that the right word? Motto.
Yeah.
One of the things.
Or mantra, maybe.
Yeah, mantra. Yeah, check your attitude at the door, man. You don't come up here and hand out something. Come up here and hand out hugs. Don't come up here and hand out attitude. Nobody wants that. I don't care where you're from.
Hand out hugs.
Hand
I
out
like that. That
needs to go on
Make a sign.
That's a hashtag.
Yeah.
Hashtag hand out hugs.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
Let's do that.
Everybody.
Or just make T-shirts ahead of time, that say,
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
"Come
right.
Underground Fest, hand out hugs."
Where's Russell Andrews when you need him?
Right.
Yeah. Well, what's the lineup? Like, go ahead.
Well, you're coming on to stage manage this deal.
I am.
That's something you have done multiple times throughout the years.
I have.
You enjoy doing it?
Yeah, I do. It comes kind of easy to me, I guess. I don't know. Some people, it seems like it's a whole lot harder to make it happen. I don't know. I just know that I'm going to make it happen and make it happen on time. Like when I do my shows, that 15 minutes in between bands is crucial.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, you could literally sit there and watch people leave as that clock is ticking in between bands, and that is no good.
Yeah.
You know, I'm all about the 15 minutes. I mean, sometimes I can understand if it's a big ass band. You know, like I was working the stage up at Shrine one time when Andy Frasco was playing. And Donnie had this great big show going on. We had 2 stages going on, one outside, one inside. It had the Humpty Hump guy. What's that guy's name?
Digital Underground.
Digital Underground. Yeah, Digital Underground was there.
Yeah.
And they were playing out on the outside stage. Well, Andy Frasco was playing inside.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you've ever seen or heard or anything from him, guy, but that guy puts on a freaking party.
Mm-hmm.
I don't give a shit, dude. That guy is bringing it.
Mm-hmm.
He's got 9 people in the band. He got a fucking tuba in the band. Okay, it took a minute to get Andy and all his up there on the stage, you know. But fortunately, he was playing last, so that worked out pretty good. But no, I'm all about the get it on and make it happen on time, so that people aren't leaving and everybody knows what's happening, and it runs smoother that way.
Good. I'm glad. I haven't played out in a long time, and I haven't played a multiple band thing like this in probably 20 years. So
right.
I'm like, I don't even know where I'm going to go or where I'm going to have my shit, what I'm going to do. So
You've been to a shitload of shows there, and you've seen it happen. You know.
Yeah, I just get, like I said, I get dramatic. So
Right. Just make sure you get your gear on and off that stage on time, buddy.
yes, sir. Yes, sir. Will do. Yes, sir. With the quickness, sir.
Yeah,
Forget
it'll
your
be good,
tables.
man. It'll be good. Yeah, it'll be good. We'll have a good time. There'll be lots and lots of rock and roll.
Yeah.
Everybody needs to come out. Everybody needs to come out.
Yeah, definitely.
Yes. Because if you're in a metal band in this town or in this region, I guarantee you these 2 guys right here have talked about you on their show or have been to your show and have promoted your show. So you need to get out. Get out there to the show. Whether you're playing it or not, get out there.
Yeah.
Wise words.
Yeah.
Wise words, Mr. Murdock.
Yeah.
Right. Well, in your experience running stages, what's the toughest part of doing? Is it
Getting
drummers?
A lot of times it's the drummer.
Yeah, because I would assume if a guy's not experienced enough, he might waste more time than he should. You know, getting on and off.
A guy. I'm not going to name any names, or I'm not going to name any shows or anything like that. But there was a drummer one time that I had to repeatedly tell him exactly where I needed his kit to be to pre-stage it, to get his kit put together, to get cymbals on his stands and all that, because time is crucial.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't care what drummer it is. I mean, it takes a minute to put their kit together. Okay, and this guy waited until the very last minute to attempt to start putting his kit together, and then just went about it all wrong. It just went about it all wrong. It's just timing. It's a timing thing. You know, they've got to get checked in with me. They've got to, you know, to where I can tell them where to put their gear, to where they can get everything set up, to where as soon as that band that's playing before them, as soon as that band is done, we're getting stuff off and out of the way. And they're immediately, as soon as I clear that drum riser, that next kit needs to start coming on there.
Yeah.
And if it's not ready, now we're killing time. See? And that's going to cut into that band's set time.
Yeah.
Okay? And then the band wants, you know, the rest of the members of the band, not all the time, but sometimes, the other members in the band want to get butthurt about it because, oh, well, you know, we've got 3 more songs, but we've only got 5 minutes left. Okay, well, I told your drummer 5 times that this is what I need in order for this to happen. That's what has to happen.
Yeah.
So it's just, it's kind of like the alphabet. You know, you get, you know, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, all the way through to Z. Okay, and if you leave out any one of them, now your alphabet's fucked up.
Yeah.
Okay, and the timing of it, you can't, you know, skipping forward and skipping back and all that. It doesn't work that way. You know, it has to, there's a cadence to it that has to flow. And whether or not the band actually sees that and realizes that, because they're not the one that's trying to make the stage run smooth. They're just there to play. And that's what they want to do. And I get it. And, you know, I totally get it, you know, but I've got a thing that I've got to do that requires everybody involved in your group, in your band, to be there on time.
Yeah. And
to be efficient with what they're doing. See? And if they're not that way, that affects everybody else behind you now. Okay? Because now your set times are off. You know, this band, everything gets messed up. You know, and it doesn't work good. You know, now that time can be made up sometimes. You know, it's not uncommon to run, you know, 10, 15, 20 bands through there on a big show that I've done before.
Yeah.
And, you know, you'll lose a few minutes here, you lose a few minutes there, but at the end of it, I'm generally just either right on time or maybe a couple of minutes behind.
Yeah.
Because I'm on top of it and I'm communicating with the bands. You know, it all comes back to, I've always said that communication is power. You know, however you want to look at that power, you know, if nobody knows what's going on, then nobody knows what the fuck is going on.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, somebody's going to forget the fucking bullets. You know, and here we are out here trying to fight a war. And Jimmy left the fucking bullets at the house. You know, goddamn. Just because Jimmy didn't know. Nobody told Jimmy. You know, so they gotta. You know, the bands have to communicate with each other. You know, within their own band. You know, you can't get everybody on the same page at the same time in a band unless they're on stage.
Yeah.
You know, that's I found that's the only fucking time that they're all in sync at the same fucking time is when they're on stage.
Yeah.
You're either waiting on a drummer or waiting on a bass player or we're waiting on the singer or, you know, some singers got lead singer disease, you know.
Yeah.
No, it just, I don't know, as long as everybody's, you know, everybody on there pretty much has worked with me before, so they all kind of know what to expect, and they all know that it's, you know, I'm not an asshole, I'm not a tyrant or anything like that, but you're going to fucking be on time. It's going to just have to happen that way, or because it's going to mess up everything else behind us.
Yeah.
So, yeah, pretty simple.
You know, going off of the communication thing, besides that, what's any kind of tips you would give bands? Besides the obvious, you know, be on time.
Yeah, I mean, just, you know, be on time, be professional. If you go to a show and you know that there's a stage manager involved, and especially if it's a festival type of thing, you need to check in with that manager. You need to check in with whoever's running the stage, running the venue. If it's a big show like that, if, you know, whoever's putting it on, if they got any kind of sense, they're going to have somebody up there running the stage. Because you can't just, you know, goddamn, that many bands in one room is damn near like a kindergarten class. Yeah.
You know? Yeah, exactly.
So you got to have somebody herding cats.
Yeah.
You know, so you got to catch up with that person. You have to get with whoever's running that. Be professional. When you're on stage, help the venue out. Try to push people to the bar, to get, for their drinks or whatever. If there's food involved at the show, tell people about the food involved, because all of those monies ultimately go towards getting the band paid.
Yeah.
Okay. If the band is working off of a percentage of the bar, and they just stand up there and while they're during in between songs, and they don't say something like, "Hey, don't forget to tip your bartenders and your waitresses," or get up to the they got drink specials going on up there, something like that, because that's your money that you're pushing money to the bar.
Yeah.
And part of that's yours. Go after it.
Yeah, exactly.
Your merch in between songs. Man, there's bands. I see bands all the time. They'll show up with merchandise.
Yeah.
But they don't tell anybody about it. They just got they got 1 or 2 shirts sitting over there in the corner. That's your money.
Mm-hmm.
Go get it. And a festival type show is a perfect opportunity, because there's so many different bands there. There's going to be different people there that they've never been in front of. Whether it's a festival at the Shrine or whether it's fucking Rocklahoma, bring your shit.
Yeah.
Bring it. And your gear. If you've got extra cables, things like that, bring that stuff, because you never know, you may need it. It's a thing, and because the train ain't gonna stop. That clock does not stop.
Mm-hmm.
In your set time, it does not stop.
Yeah.
So everything that you can do to streamline yourself, do it. Drum kits.
Yeah.
Oh my God. There's only one person in town that can get away with having a great big ass drum kit, and that's Mike D.
I knew that was coming.
I love me some Mike D, and I've worked with that kid enough times that I know how it comes apart for the most part, and it goes together for the most part pretty quick, relatively quick, considering what it is. He can get that thing together and apart in the same amount of time that it takes somebody to do, a 3 or 4 piece kit.
Yeah.
Okay? Just because of the way it's put together. I mean, I've seen it done. I've done it. But there's some guys out there that don't start taking your drum kit apart and putting it back in the case while it's still on stage.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Oh, yeah.
Don't do that. We ain't got time for that. We got 15 minutes. I think on this particular show, they got 20 minutes in between on some of them, but that's okay.
Yeah.
That's okay. That's easy. 5 minutes is a long goddamn time whenever you're standing up on stage.
Yeah.
Waiting for
people are staring.
Whatever it is that we're
Exactly.
doing. People are just looking at you. It's a long time, man. But, it'll be good. It'll be good. We'll have a good time. Tony Proctor and Mark Stevenson, they're going to be involved in it. So, they're going to bring their flavor to it as well. I'm just kind of, on this one here, I'm just kind of running the stage. I didn't put any of it together, and that's okay. I'm more than happy to be involved in it as far as running the stage and helping you guys out with it, and just because I love you guys.
Well, we love you too. Thanks,
just don't
man.
touch me.
I won't. Unless you really want it.
Well, he's going to be handing out hugs.
Oh my, handing out hugs. Remember, that's what we're
we're
supposed to
handing
do.
out hugs. We're handing out hugs, man. You're trying to get Trent to give me a hand job earlier, but I ain't going.
Well, I just figured, whatever. Like I said, anything to help.
I know.
I don't have $1 million, so maybe I can give Trent to give out some HJs.
Yeah, you can give Mark Stevenson. You can give Mark Stevenson a hand job.
Oh Lord! Oh my God!
Yeah.
It's on audio now. You got to do it.
Yeah. Anyways, subject change. Sorry for my wrapper crinkling. I'm getting sick and I'm popping cough drops. So
Popping them pills.
Yeah, people need to deal with it.
Yeah. We're gonna have pneumonia.
Have you ever had any of the shows where you've ran a stage or where you've ran the whole show? Have you had to kick anybody off like during the middle of the show? Just for not. I mean, you don't have to name names.
Not
I'm just
during.
curious.
No. again, not naming names, and I kind of got to be gentle about how I say it because there was a bunch of people there that potentially saw it happen. But one time, I'm just going to say it was a musician. I'm not going to say what this musician was playing because everybody, well, not everybody, but a bunch of people will figure it out, and I don't want that drama. But a musician was supposed to be getting their gear ready, and they decided that it was going to be a good idea to put their gear up on stage while the band in front of them was playing.
Oh.
To start putting their gear together. And I had to proceed to tell that person that they were potentially the most disrespectful person that I'd ever met in my life as I yanked their gear off the stage. And told them they needed to learn how to fucking act right.
Well.
You know, when a band takes a stage, the stage is theirs. That is their artistry outlet. That's their creativity outlet. Metaphorically, that's their heroin. That's what they do. And for another band member that honestly wasn't there for the entire show, wasn't there for the band in front of theirs for the most part, for most of their set, I'm pretty sure was drunk, to go and put their, to be that self-pretentious, is that a word? To be that much of a pretentious asshole.
Yeah. There you go.
To go put their gear up on stage while another band is playing that stage to start putting their gear together. To me, that's disrespectful as hell. And there's no call for it. That was I didn't kick them off the show. But I guarantee you that as long as that particular musician is playing in whatever band that they're playing in, I won't be working with that band. Okay. It's just a personal preference of mine because of that individual.
Yeah.
Now, there may be a time that comes that I'm working a show for someone that particular band may be on, and I'll set all that aside and work that show. But if it's a show that I'm putting together, it's not happening.
Yeah.
No, it's not going to happen. There was another time that, again, this wasn't necessarily my show, but I was kind of involved in it just because of the people I was associated with at that particular moment. I've seen a guitar player come off stage and go after the sound guy with intent.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
And that turned into a thing. Yeah. The fists were flying, and it was just So yeah, I've seen some pretty crazy shit, man. I mean, you just never know, man. I mean, you never know. You can't control free will, and people are going to do what they're going to do, regardless of what you ask them to do, or what time they got to be there, or anything like that. People are going to do what they're going to do.
Yeah.
They're either going to be cool with you, or they're going to come drop a deuce in your front yard. One of the two.
Yeah.
It's simple, man. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I may be archaic and barbaric on the way I look at some things and think about some things, but at the end of the day, dude, I try real hard to not put all that extra bullshit in ingredients in everything, because you don't fucking need it.
Yeah.
The umbrella, it's the umbrella theory, right? This goes back to my grandpa, right? My grandpa always said, you don't need the fucking umbrella. He didn't say fucking. He said, you don't need the umbrella. And I never got it. I never understood what he was talking about till I got older. But he's talking about the umbrella in the drink. Mm-hmm. When you go buy the pina colada or whatever the hell it is, that little umbrella in the drink, the first thing you do with that umbrella is you throw it away. Right? Or you open it and close it 3 or 4 times and it breaks. Or you stick it in some girl's hair and she loses it 20 minutes later because she's white girl wasted. Okay? But you paid for that umbrella.
Yeah.
See? You paid for that umbrella.
Yeah.
But it's useless.
Yeah.
So why put all the fucking umbrellas and all the fucking, I don't need 10 pounds of fucking bacon in a Bloody Mary. I love 10 pounds of bacon, but I don't need it in my Bloody Mary. Okay?
Good point. Good point.
Simple shit, dude. Simple shit, man. Meat and bread.
Yeah.
Back to that.
Back down to meat and bread.
Oh, yeah.
And some water to wash it down, or some good bourbon or something.
Yeah. Well, as far as your stuff, Murdock Productions, I know you've got this. Have you announced this Pantera thing, or you just kind of loosely announced?
It's kind of loose at the moment. Yeah. Fuck it, might as well. December 14th, at the Blackbird on Pearl.
All right.
I'm doing a show there. It's a toy drive with a twist. We're going to put a whole bunch of Pantera songs in the hat, and each band is going to pull out a couple of Pantera songs out of the hat, so that not everybody is playing Domination. And each one of those bands is going to work up those two songs in their style.
Oh, so they get to pull this out of the hat like ahead of the show, right?
Right.
You know how to play Slaughtered, buddy.
Right.
Yeah, no shit.
I've got, let's see, Mudflux is playing, Solidify, Machine in the Mountain, High Tech Lowlives, and Dixie Wrecked.
Nice.
Oh, wow.
Dixie Wrecked is coming in.
Okay.
So
that'll be
we're gonna draw out two songs, probably two songs each. All right, each band will have a 40-minute set or 45-minute set. Each band will pull out probably two songs each. They'll work up those two songs. If they want to do a third, that's fine. That's on them. A couple of the bands have already made specific requests for songs that they want to do, like Dixie Wrecked. They want to do Cowboys from Hell. That's going to be kind of all right. But for everybody listening in the metal world, believe me, we are absolutely taking into consideration the fact that we are skating on thin fucking ice.
Yeah.
With this show.
With fucking doing fucking Pantera shit.
Okay. Believe me, I've already told all the bands that the songs have to be respected. If they're going to do it in their style, I completely encourage that. But I've also told them that with all due respect, if your guitar player cannot pull off that song, let me know and we'll pick a different song.
Right.
Okay. Regardless of how that band does it in their style, there are incredibly definitive parts to each one of those songs.
Yeah. Guitar
parts and drum parts. The breakdowns in those songs, there's no way in hell that any band, regardless of who plays it, that if they do Domination and they just skip over that breakdown and that solo during the breakdown, we're going to get fucking lynched before we leave this show. Okay.
Yeah.
So there has to be, they have to pay homage to the original, make it their own, but do it right. You know, do it. If you're going to rip into a fucking solo, they're all, you know, with the exception of Dixie Wrecked, everybody's a metal band.
Yeah.
Okay. So ripping into those solos, they should be able to do that. If you're a guitar player in a metal band, I feel in my heart that you should be able to play anything dime. I mean, I can't personally play a fucking note on a guitar. Okay. But I like to think in my heart, that if you're a fucking metal guitar player, you have to know how to play this.
Yeah.
Like that was like, I don't know, day one of learning how to play. This is what you do. You do it like this.
Yeah.
So, I don't see Dixie Wrecked having a problem with doing it either, but I just want them.
But you're totally cool with them
right,
doing it in
totally
a totally
cool
different style, right?
Right. Yeah. I'm cool with it doing it in a different style. Make it their own. But if you're going to make it your own, make it your own. You know, if you're going to try to play it note for note, then you need to damn well play it note for note. There's really not a. I mean, this is such fucking thin ice with this show, dude.
Yeah.
Better be right.
You know, it just. It'll be cool though. I mean, Vinny just died, and Dime. This is pretty close around the same time that Dime died.
Mm-hmm.
So I've always wanted to do some kind of Pantera thing, in December because for Dime, and it just the timing never fucking worked out.
I think you talked about it the last time you were
I
way
did,
back,
yeah,
and
yeah,
did it ever? I can't even fucking remember.
Yeah, I mean, there's only like one time a year that you can pull.
Yeah,
you
well,
can do
true,
that,
yeah.
But just timing never worked out.
Yeah.
No open days on those days or anything like that. So yeah, I think it'll be really cool.
So did you pick all the songs already, or you?
No, we haven't. That'll be taken care of here in the next day or two. I'm waiting on a flyer that we're getting done up, and then get it all announced and everything. We'll dip into the hat, and I'm just going to pick out 15 or 20 Metallica, or not Metallica, 15 or 20 Pantera songs, and throw them into the virtual hat, and have my daughter or somebody pull them out.
Yeah.
As I go down the list, Machine in the Mountain has made they made a specific request on one they wanted to play, but I can't.
They're artist ready.
They're not going to let me say anything.
There's only one instrumental.
I know, but there may be a vicious little twist with the Machine on this.
Nice.
one.
There always is with those guys.
Mm-hmm.
I like to see them do a medley.
There you go. Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
So, on that tip, we know Pantera is probably like your favorite band.
I love it.
Yeah. So, if there's a second or the next in line, who would that be?
I would have to say if we're talking band,
Okay.
okay, we're not talking any type specific, genre specific, anything like
Yeah.
that. Led Zeppelin.
Okay. Gotcha.
That's my one.
Yeah.
If we're talking type specific, genre specific, Pantera is that's the go-to.
Gotcha.
I'll listen to that all fucking day.
Yeah.
Those songs go way back. For me, they a whole different universe.
No shit. You're right, man.
Yeah, whole different time and place. A much more not so smiley Steve. Yeah. It's good times though. Good times. Some things I've changed. Some things I've never changed. Yeah.
well, a question off of that then, because everybody's got a fairly strong opinion on this. As a big Led Zeppelin fan, what do you think of Greta Van Fleet?
Oh, yeah.
Dude.
Good one.
Dude, I tell you what, the very first time I heard those kids, I got in the truck. I was out on a job site, got done, got in the truck, started the truck, Highway Tune was on. Didn't know what it was, first time I'd ever heard it, and I seriously thought that somebody somewhere found a fucking hidden room in some fucking castle in England, and here's all these tracks.
Unearthed an
old Zeppelin tracks, dude. And I got moist. I was like, what the fuck is this? And I'm hearing it, and I'm listening, and I'm like, and it sounds like Robert Plant, but it doesn't really sound like him, but it sure the fuck sounds like him. And then the song was over, and I got like 30 seconds of it. And I'm just chomping at the fucking bit now,
Yes.
and now it's over, the DJ comes on, doesn't say who it was, goes right into the next song. Fuck. I didn't have, I've got that SoundHound app on my phone.
Yes.
And by the time I thought about getting that app out, the song's over. So I had to wait for the next song, and it was like fucking Nirvana or some shit. And then the DJ was like, oh yeah, Greta Van Fleet and Highway. I was like, holy shit. And I went out and I downloaded their album.
Yeah.
And I like them. I mean, the kids are good. It's kind of weird that they say that they weren't really influenced by Zeppelin though.
Yeah.
That's weird to me.
That's somebody telling Dad, don't say that. Just
right.
Be vague with it.
Yeah, that's somebody trying to get them to downplay that.
And that's fine.
Yeah, that's fine. Saying you're influenced by Aerosmith, but sounding like that
Yeah.
I mean, you and I both know that that's two completely different sounding bands.
Yes.
And like fucking day and night. Yeah. But I like them. I do. I like them. Zeppelin is releasing a book. A book is coming out on them. Big, thick book. I can't remember the name of it. Just saw a brief commercial clip type of thing about it the other day.
Like a history type thing? Or?
Yeah, it's like a history thing and anthology type of thing. I don't know. I don't know if there's any music involved with it or anything like that. They're going to digitally remaster the digitally remastered.
I'm out on all that. I've heard them all a million times.
And I just saw the other day where they're dredging up the Stairway to Heaven thing again.
Yes, that's coming. Yeah, they got to go back to court about that.
Lawsuit. Yeah,
I haven't seen that.
Yeah. And it's not the dude. The dude is dead. The dude that supposedly wrote the song originally that they supposedly stole from, that dude is dead. That dude didn't give two shits about what was going on with Stairway to Heaven. They've got it on paper where he's like, they're doing their thing. I'm doing my thing. I don't care what's going on. As soon as he died, his family and the attorneys went after it. Yeah. And they're still going after it.
What's that tell you?
They're still going after it. Even after it was already ruled no. Now they're still, well, because there's a C minor note in there. We're going to go after it because of that. Come on, man. Come on, dude. Just quit it. I mean, what is there? 7 notes? 7 chords? 7?
Jesus, I don't know.
What is there? There's like 7 something. Again, I'm not a musician.
I haven't played that song in fucking years.
No, I mean, all total. Like
yeah. There's only,
7.
Every good boy does fine. What's that? It's 5.
5, whatever.
Fucking. Well, no, there's, and then FACE, so there's 8, 9 notes or whatever the fuck.
Right.
I don't know.
There's only so many ways that you can arrange that.
Yeah, exactly.
There's so many ways, progression of chords.
Well,
again, I'm talking out my ass. I'm just saying things that I've heard guitar players say.
The
progression of the chords and the.
You're not. It's like the Black Crowes said a long time ago. We're just part of the song. They call it the song, which is just life, and everybody. It's the song's up there, and it comes through you or whatever. Right. It sounds spacey, but you kind of almost see how that makes sense.
Yeah, it does make sense.
And it's like everybody steals from everybody. I mean, you do some kind of, there's a million, there's a million songs that are the Bo Diddley,
people want to bitch,
hand jive groove or whatever the fuck. I mean, and that's just one fucking example.
If you're in a metal band, Tony Iommi probably already played what you're playing now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, whatever you're playing.
Slower,
he's already done it. And if you want to get real fucking technical about it, the estates of I don't know if there is an estate of these guys, but the estates of Bach, Tchaikovsky, Beethoven, all that. Because I can assure you, Mozart, I can assure you, all those guys, those 8, 9 notes, whatever it is, they done did that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they done did that. Yeah. Just because it sounds like a little plinky piano, plink, 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 you bring it over here. And it's crunch, 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 crunch.
Yeah.
it's drop C and it's dime doing it now versus some fancy guy in lace and a powdered wig.
Doing chamber music.
It's still the same progression of chords or of notes or however you describe it. So, man, everybody quit bitching. Just play some music.
Yeah.
Exactly. Quit it, man. But I guess Trump just signed some law in now that they're revamping the way musicians are getting paid through Spotify, I guess, and that kind of. I don't know all the details about it or anything like that.
I read a long thing about it a few weeks ago when it first came out, and it sounded good. It's what everybody's been hoping for. As far as all the digital streaming goes, like more of the money's going towards the writer and the artist.
Yeah.
Whereas before you would hear like some song got like 38 million plays on Spotify and they made like $800.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
And it's supposed to,
I
expand that from, hugely or whatever.
The guitar player for Crowbar on Facebook shared that headline, and the picture was of Kid Rock, Kanye, and Trump.
Yeah.
And he said, ignore the people that are in this picture, but read how this article is going to start helping us, And I'm like, well, that's...
Right.
Point made, I
Makes
guess.
sense. Yeah. I mean, I think, over the years, more artists have been screwed out of money. I can agree with that. The old blues players.
Yeah.
No
those
shit.
guys.
Yeah.
Robert Johnson's and the Lead Bellies and all those cats. I mean, they got straight ripped the fuck off, But you can't tell me that those guys weren't listening to music.
Yeah.
They learned how to do that somehow.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Something somewhere along the line in their life inspired them to play that music. Okay? Because they heard something. Okay? They heard somebody else somewhere playing something.
Yeah.
Okay? And they thought, oh, well, I can do that.
Yeah.
Okay? So, if you want to get real fucking technical about it, they ripped somebody off too.
Comes back to those notes.
That's all. It's fact. I mean, everybody has ripped off, except for the Simpsons. Simpsons they already did all of it. Fucking Simpsons, man.
Well, Trent can take a break here for a minute, but I've noticed you're pretty active in the Game of Thrones world now.
Holy shit, dude!
So I need to ask you something.
My God,
Let me ask you something. After all these years, what prompted you to just now dive into it?
Well, a good friend of mine, she showed me. She had been watching it, and she was telling me about this episode about it, and I watched a more recent episode of it, and up until that point, I had only seen 10 minutes of one episode where all what I now know as the Army of the Dead, and the White Walkers, were coming over the cliff down where all the wildlings were meeting. See, they're coming over, and when I saw that, I didn't know anything about the show. I mean, I knew it was supposed to be some type of a medieval based type of thing. Okay, and zombies and medieval don't go together. Okay. Walking Dead, whatever that's at that time, I thought, man, that is just fucking weird. Okay? It didn't jive, man. So this friend of mine convinced me, okay, all right, I'll watch it. So I went back to season 1, episode 1.
Yes.
And started. And I've been binge watching that shit ever since.
Hell yeah. What are you up to?
I'm on season 7, episode 2.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I'll keep my goddamn mouth shut.
Yeah, you need to.
How many seasons is there now? 8?
8?
I
think the 9th one's
going
to premiere early next year.
Season pretty soon.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to turn my HBO back on.
Right. HBO Go.
Yep.
I'm watching it on the Hulu.
Yes. Hulu. It's so good. So good.
I need somebody who knows how to fix my Fire Stick.
Fix it in what way? With Cody?
Well, yeah. I got Cody on there, but I can't ever get the damn thing to pull up any movies or anything like that. I don't know how to put a build on it.
Oh,
I'm all Roku, so I don't know.
Yeah.
I've done that, but it's just I'll just find a video on YouTube
That's
and
what
just
I've
go
been
step
trying
by
to do.
step, just watch what they say and do
That's
it.
what I've been trying to do.
And from what I've heard, I'd have problems, and I'll go back and find an update and install that. And usually, as long as you do an update every few months, I think it kind of stays good. But
well, I can get the Cody in there, but I just can't get the builds to actually work and pull up. Ta-da!
Yeah.
But no, the Game of Thrones thing is pretty cool.
It's good stuff.
I'm a big fan of the Hound.
Yes.
Yeah, the Hound is not. That dude ain't got jack shit for a sense of humor.
No.
I mean, no. We're meat and bread.
Back to that. Well, welcome to the party, man.
Yeah, I like it, and I wish I'd have been watching it before.
Yeah.
I like the dragon chick. I think she needs to have a little more expression going on her face because, dude, she has got this serious resting bitch face going on.
Oh yeah.
The little girl Arya.
She's a little badass.
Dude, she is fucking savage. Dude.
She don't fuck around. Just wait.
Oh my God, man. She fucked up that whole room of people.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
I'm trying to talk about it without completely. I don't know if anybody had.
Well, I just had to hit on it real
without
quick.
spoiler alert.
I had
anything
to
for anybody.
I couldn't help it.
I figure 8-9 years in, you can't really say.
Yeah, I mean, you can't really say you can't really bitch about a spoiler
Yeah,
alert this
from
far into it.
2013.
Yeah.
That's kind of like.
Can you talk about anything to do with your proving ground thing?
Well, nobody has said that. No, I can't. I'll tell you exactly what I know. Okay, which is jack shit.
Okay.
There you go.
All right. What I do know, and you guys may be aware of this as well, just because of two-step. There has been a dramatic shakeup at AEG.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, just the fact that they've changed around a lot of those festivals. That's all
Right.
I really know.
Well,
Like Rock on the Range or whatever.
Joe Lidbag is no longer with AEG. And ironically, he's the guy that I've been talking to about putting the fucking stage
All that
thing
shit.
out there.
So, yeah.
Oh, wow.
No.
So now
Back to square one, kind of.
I'm a year and a half into talking to him, and now he's not there no more. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on right now. I know that I've sent off some other emails to other people, and I'm waiting to hear back from them, and we'll see what happens. But if something doesn't happen real soon, I'm going to be behind the 8 ball again on raising money and that kind of thing. So I don't know. It may not be in the cards. It may not ever happen. I don't know. These new guys coming in that are running it, they may come in and they may nix everything outside the fence. They may go to and again, I'm completely speculating. I'm just completely hypothetical. I'm not trying to put any kind of weird rumor out there or anything like that, but I am trying to look at it from all angles. They may very well come in there and tell Camp Darkside, no, you're done here.
Mm.
The other VIP stage that popped up last year, you're done here. They may tell people just flat out, no stages in the campground.
Mm.
They might tell Sunshine she has to move inside the fence and bring Action Stage inside.
Yeah.
Who knows? They may tell Sam McCaslin to kick rocks. They may tell him, here, you're taking over.
You never know.
Who the fuck knows?
Yeah.
At this point, I don't know. I know that I'm doing Halata Fest in February, but other than that,
Yeah.
Right.
I have no clue. And I'm not gonna stay up late night worrying about it either.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, even if they said, yeah, go, okay, now it's when it fucking gets stressful.
Yeah.
Just sitting there talking about it, that's easy.
Yeah.
Making it happen, oh fuck. Now you got to come up with thousands of dollars. Because I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do a bunch of pallets stacked up. If I'm going to do it, it's going to be a full production stage. Not like Hard Rock stage big or anything like that. But comparable to what Sunshine is doing out there with Axis. I would like to get close to what she's doing. Maybe not right out of the gate, but eventually, yeah. But I'm not going to go out there and not do it the way that I want to do it, as close as I can get to how I want to do it.
Yeah.
So, and how I want to do it involves probably $20,000 or more worth of production. So that's a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're spooky.
Yeah.
If it happens, if I can get 1,000 people to buy $25 worth of merchandise, I'll be able to pay for production.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That don't sound like a big number, but that's a big fucking number.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
1,000 is a big number. At this level, at what I can do, that's a big number. Now, I do have, there's a lot of people out there that I'm sure would help and push on it and I know people all over the country, whether or not that would work out and make something happen, I don't know. Who knows?
Yeah.
Again, there's the who the fuck knows? And that, God damn, that's hard on my ADD. Yeah, damn, that's hard on me, dude. Because I just want to know. I just want to know, man. So, I don't know. We'll see. I mean, I'm hopeful about it. I want to think that, yeah, it will. But, if it doesn't, then I'm just going to keep on doing what I do.
Yeah.
And maybe at some point I'll be able to do it.
Yeah.
But I'm done stressing over it. I'm done worrying about it. I'm done. Yeah. I mean, damn.
Yeah.
It's frustrating that Joe's not there, that he's moved on and I know what it is that he's doing. Hell, he may still be with AEG, just in a different division. I don't know.
Yeah.
He may be doing whatever, but I do know that that's the guy that I was talking to, and he ain't there now. So that's the facts as I know. If you take all the sugar out of the Kool-Aid, that's what it is.
Nice.
Yeah. No pressure.
Well, you mentioned Halata Fest.
Yeah.
When are you gonna
Yeah.
announce all the details on that? I mean,
Well,
details are
soon.
announced as far as the date and all
Right.
that, but I meant
Right.
bands and everything.
The bands. I'll probably be announcing that soon. I don't know exactly when. But there's going to be. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Got 4 bands confirmed on it so far. There'll be more. It's for February 9th. That's what I was just looking at on my calendar right there. I can't remember how many I had on there so far.
Yeah.
But it'll be February 9th. It'll be at the Shrine. We might end up doing 2 days in a row again. I don't know. I got to talk to Donnie about that. Donnie's been really, really supportive of the entire music scene here in Tulsa.
Yeah.
Especially with the metal, because I mean, let's face it, guys. There's only a couple places that happens at.
Yeah. Exactly.
2 or 3 spots, and that's it. And everybody knows everybody at all 3 of those spots. So it's just you're just kind of shuffling stuff around at that point. But they got a great venue up there. They've been doing some remodeling, redecorating, and that kind of thing. Jerry Westby is involved up there now. He does Subculture. The EDM the group he runs is called Subculture. They do all these EDM shows.
Gotcha.
That thing.
Yeah.
So he's up there now putting his flair on some things. Donnie, I'll end up talking to Donnie again and may end up opening up the 10th of February if he's still got it open. Because every year, I mean, it turns into a thing. I was just going to do 1 day last year and it just, I got inundated with, we want to play, all these different bands and, fuck, why not? Let's do it,
Yeah.
And it's the first time I've done a whole bunch of them, so let's make it happen. But I need to get a hold of him anyway. I need to get a hold of Donnie and see if I can pick up that second day. It's either 1 day and we start at 9 in the morning and we go until 1 in the morning, or it's 2 days and we split it up.
Yes.
So I don't know. It'll be good. It'll be good. Either way, it'll be good. It'll be a good show. Even if nobody fucking shows up, the music will be badass.
That's right.
It will.
It will.
Well, I guess bring it back around to Thunder Underground Fest. Is there anybody you're particularly looking forward to, either of you? We just saw Murderous Mary last night. I want to say this.
I really like Murderous Mary.
Yeah,
And
they're great.
They
are great.
blown away how much I like those guys.
Starkey's back.
Yeah.
Starkey's doing his thing. I like Mike. I like Mike Starkey. And I've had those guys on the show. I think it was their first show that I had them on. not too long ago. And they did great, man. I mean, it's not heavy. It's not any of that at all, you know, and it's solid rock and roll.
It is. That's a great way to put it.
It's just,
Yeah.
I mean, if you, again, meat and potatoes.
Yeah.
You know, meat and bread. Meat and bread. I mean,
Yeah.
that's what it is, you know. It's just 3-4 rock and roll.
Yep.
And I think it sounds good. I like it.
Yeah.
You know, Starkey's up there with his little stand-up, stand-up
Yeah.
bass. Did he have that the other night?
No, last night he didn't.
No?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got an electric stand-up.
I've seen pictures of that, but he
Yeah.
didn't have that last night.
Yeah, I like him. I like what he's doing with it. Who else was on there that I was looking at? I'm pulling up this set list out here. From Parts Unknown. I'm curious about them as to what's going on with this Zen hipster thing. I'm not sure about that.
Well, yeah, I've heard things. I don't know.
Solidify. I like those guys. They're a good, solid rock band. They've been doing a lot of covers. They've done some covers, like when we did the We Are Tulsa music show.
Mm-hmm.
They did a cover of one of the Fist of Rage songs,
Gotcha.
and it came out real good. Of course, Machine in the Mountain. Those guys. If you've never seen Machine in the Mountain, you need to go see Machine in the Mountain.
No doubt.
Severmind. They've got their new singer in there now. I've heard a little bit of the new singer. I like him.
Mm.
You know, it sounds great.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
Fist of Rage. That's they got Brax is in there now. Brax kind of had some big shoes to stand next to.
Yeah.
Whenever Andy left, but I think he's handling it good. Custom Black. I've seen those guys. I've had them down here before. I think if I remember right, they were on the first Halata Fest.
Yeah, they
Like
were.
they got caught up in the middle of it unexpectedly. They're playing
that's right,
you're on Halata Fest.
Yeah.
You know?
Forgot about that.
I think they were like the only band that wasn't from Tulsa, right?
right. That was Grind's date. The first Halata Fest was Grind's date.
Okay.
And Grind had brought them, or they had came in with Screaming Red and Grind or something. They're friends with Sprout.
Right.
And that's how that connection happened somewhere in there. But they just got kind of put on it. They were already on that date at the shrine, and rather than I'm gonna kick them off there because that's shitty. I mean, you can't do that. So fuck, welcome aboard, guys. Hang on.
Yeah.
Locust Grove. I like them. Zane's a fucking madman.
Yeah. Such a great live band.
Yeah, dude, they are absolutely great. Sign of Lies, that's Mark Stevenson's son's band. I've seen them play. I mean, they do good. And of course, Less Than Human, they're doing it. What is Wood and Bone? I don't know anything about Wood in Bone.
They're from the Oklahoma City area. They're kind of Megadeth kind of style along that lines. If you compare them to anyone.
Yeah.
So they're good. I mean, I haven't seen them live, but the stuff I've heard.
Right. Of course, Driver.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's got to be DiPietro up there doing his thing.
Yeah.
And then Sprout.
And have you ever seen Archon?
I have. I think they played at Rocklahoma.
Did they? Okay.
I think so.
I know they played a show at the Shrine once, like a couple years ago now.
I may have brought him in on that show.
Maybe it was one of your
I
shows.
know that name sounds familiar. I know I've seen that name, and guys, if you're listening, and I don't remember exactly where I met you, I'm totally sorry. I'm completely sorry. It's nothing personal.
Well, now we've seen these guys a bunch. We had their guitarist on the podcast, and they're great. They're more like almost like a Slayer-ish kind of vibe.
Right.
Yeah.
They're probably the heaviest band on the bill, actually.
It's all right.
So be good stuff. Good stuff.
Yeah.
It's all right. Slayer's never bad.
No.
Slayer's not at all. I tried over the years to see Slayer, and I finally got to catch him at Rocklahoma. And I was watching them by myself. I was the only one up on the balcony, up on the stage left balcony. I'm right above Kerry King.
Wow.
Well, I take it back. I wasn't the only one up there. I was the only person up there that I knew.
Yeah. Nice.
Like I know myself. But there was only like 4 or 5 people up there. There wasn't a whole bunch of people up there at that particular moment. In the first couple of songs, there wasn't hardly anybody up there.
Yeah.
And, I get pictures of it. Looking straight down on Kerry's guitar.
Hell yeah.
But finally got to catch him. I mean, just like 30 years of trying to catch him, man. And it worked out pretty good.
Hell yeah.
Kevin Graham was pissed off at me because I was up there and he was down there, down there in the pit down there.
Yeah.
And he's waving at me. Get me up there, get me. I was like, I can't. Fuck, dude, I'm lucky to be up here my damn self.
Yeah, exactly. No kidding. No kidding.
Oh, Kevin Graham, he's a fucking wild man. That guy.
Yeah, he is.
That guy.
We love him.
I love it whenever he posts videos and stuff of him and his little granddaughter out playing.
Mm.
Yeah.
And that little girl has no clue that she's got a fucking pit bull on a leash whenever she's walking around with him. Dude, that guy, I have no doubt in my mind that guy would kill everybody in the room over that little girl.
Oh, yeah.
And sleep well that night.
No doubt, yeah.
Yeah, dude, he's a fucking madman. And I love him to death, man. I mean, he's a great fucking dude. And boy, he gets drunk. God damn, he gets white girl wasted, man.
Yes. He's going to love that.
He might get white girl wasted at the show this coming week, huh?
He might be. He might be, man. That guy. No, I love me some Kevin Graham, man. Much love, Kevin. But you do get white girl wasted. Right. I don't know how many times, man, I've had to tell him, man, you cannot climb over the rail to get to the stage. You can't do that, Kevin. Yeah. And then he'll disappear. He'll disappear for a few hours, and then pictures will start popping up on Facebook of him passed out somewhere.
Yeah.
Under something with something stuck to him or something. And then by the time you start seeing those pictures, man, boop, there he is.
Yeah.
He just amazingly reappears, man.
Yep.
With a bottle of Fireball or whatever the fuck it is that he's drinking.
Hell yeah.
Man. I mean, going hard in the paint. Damn. I can't do it, man. I can't keep up with that guy, man.
Not many can.
Not many can, man. Much love, Kevin.
Yep.
Much love, buddy.
Always. Right on. Well, we appreciate you doing this with us.
Hey, no problem,
Okay, it's
man.
been
No problem.
A long time coming because that was like episode, 15 or 16?
Yeah, we said a few different times we could get him back.
It's been a while.
And we
Yeah.
finally did.
It has been a while. I think last time I here, I don't remember this table being here last time.
No, if I remember right, I was in between tapes. Like I'd sold the other one, and we were using
We were using that fucking card table.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
the
used
card
card
table.
table.
Yeah.
I just
He
set
hadn't
it-
got this one yet. Yeah, I remember
I just
that.
set it up so we had something to use.
God, that was
Yeah.
a long ass time ago.
Yeah. I remember that.
There you go, Steve Murdock. He will be the stage manager for the Thunder Underground Fest. He also has Murdock Productions. He brings tons of his own shows to the venue Shrine, Blackbird on Pearl. Very thankful to him for coming over and talking to us for a while.
I definitely. Really can't wait for that Pantera thing.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, that'll be cool.
That sounds really cool. He
For sure.
said Solidify, Machine in the Mountain, Dixie Wrecked.
Yeah.
I think he said Mudflux, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
It's like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I mean, just a full night of,
Yeah.
you're going to get, he said at least 2 songs from every band, maybe 3. So you're getting at least 8 to
Mm-hmm.
12 Pantera songs throughout that night.
Yeah.
Anyone that knows me or Jason knows that we're diehards of that band, just like Steve is.
Yep.
And I know that many people that listen are as well. So yeah, that was December 14th at the Blackbird. So really looking forward to that. And of course, he's got Halata Fest coming up February 9th of next year, the 3rd annual.
Yeah.
Always a great time celebrating the life of the mighty John Halata
Of course.
and everything else that Steve's got going on. But we're very grateful to have him as a part of Thunder Underground Fest this weekend. And like we mentioned earlier, Big thank you to Scarstruck Entertainment, Travis D. Davis, Mark Stevenson. Thank you to TLP Entertainment, Tony Proctor, Mark Stevenson, for everything that they've done to make this a reality. Donnie Rich, everyone at the Venue Shrine.
Definitely.
For letting us do this not just one, but 2 nights. And anybody that's wanting to come out here, we appreciate it. We've got 17 artists over the course of 2 nights. One acoustic act both nights, and then the rest of the time we've got a punk act each night, and then a bunch of hard rock and heavy metal to fill out the nights. It's gonna be great. So yeah, you can buy your tickets ahead of time at the Venue Shrine's website, or just show up Friday or Saturday night or both nights and buy them at the door. We'll also be giving away tickets on the Thunder Underground Facebook page. Get out there. We will have merchandise for sale.
Yes, we will.
I gotta shill our shit right now.
You gotta what?
Shill our shit.
Yes. Because of that shit, what is available?
Well,
Good people.
For a long time, we've had T-shirts and koozies,
yes,
and stickers. Now we also have shot glasses to add to the mix.
Fucking A.
Your very own Thunder Underground shot glass. You can do a shot of Evan Williams just like us and Chris and Laura like to do. Or you can also buy your very own Thunder Underground Fest poster to commemorate this wonderful event.
And Trent will sign it for you.
That's right. And the thing is, you buy this poster, you'll be out there. I'm sure you could get every band to sign it. So that makes it even cooler.
A.
You know?
Fucking A.
That's a great thing. So yeah, hit us up if you want anything. And of course, every band out there is going to have merchandise. So support these bands.
Definitely.
Another way you can support us is patreon.com. Just search Thunder Underground. Become a patron. That helps this podcast big time.
That's right.
Expenses go into this. We still don't have those melon ballers that Jason was wanting to get.
Well, we're trying.
The Thunder Underground.
It's a process, whatever.
Thunder Underground butt plugs are not here yet.
The thing is what is our email address?
It is thethunderunderground@gmail.com.
Just hit us up. If you need, you know what? Let us know. I like this band or that band. I hated this band or that band. Just let us know what you think.
Yeah, we'll talk about it.
Definitely.
That's what we're here to do. But yeah, go back. Check out our previous podcast. Everything's at soundcloud.com. Everything is also on iTunes, Google Music, Stitcher, TuneIn. You can find most of the podcasts on YouTube as well. You can find everything at thethunderunderground.com. We've had on tons of these artists that are on Thunder Underground Fest. Chris and Laura, who we mentioned earlier, have been on our podcast.
Yes.
Episode 149. Steve Murdock, who was just on this episode, was on here way back.
Of course.
Episode 16, I believe. We mentioned Sprout. He's been on here a few times. We've had on Gene Simmons, Bruce Kulick, Dave Elfson from Megadeth, John Connolly from Seven Dust, Mike Dean, Reed Mullen from COC, Joey Allen from Warrant, Shooter Jennings, guys from King, Battlecross, Europe, Firehouse, The Obsessed, Crowbar, The Sword, Drowning Pool, Shinedown, Nonpoint. The list goes on, right?
Yeah, it does. And we're working on some cool stuff.
That's right.
That will be revealed at a later date.
That's right. We can reveal, because we have already, that Wither will be here soon.
Yes.
They've got their final show coming up November 28th at the Vanguard. And then, of course, like Jason said, a couple other things on the horizon. We appreciate you listening. And one more time, in case you did not know, Thunder Underground Fest is happening this Friday and Saturday at the Venue Shrine.
That's right.
Get on Facebook, find the event page, click that you're going, and share it so all your friends can see it.
That's right.
We'd appreciate you big time. All right. Until next time.
Next subject.
Well, you can edit that part out.
Only if you want me to. I'm fine with it.
No, let's not get political about it like that, because that'll get weird, man. Yeah, we need to edit that part out.
Thunder Underground, y'all.